Hi everyone, this is Steve at Surf, and today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about this stuff. Cold water surf wax. Mrs. Palmer's, green label, sticky bumps, sex wax, purple label, and all the rest of them. Cold label surf wax is soft, sticky surf wax. It's designed to be used in cold water situations in the British winter and equivalents. Okay? It is not designed to be used in the British summer, specifically during a heat wave. You can get away with skimming it on lightly over the top of a base coat, and I'll come on to that later. But if you're just buying blocks and blocks of this and smothering your board with it and wondering why it melts off, which was the complaint I had yesterday from someone, then you really shouldn't be surprised. The wax you should be using is this stuff. Cool water wax. Mrs. Palmer's, blue. Sticky bumps, blue. Sex wax, green label. Okay, this stuff is designed to be used from around 14 to 23 degrees water temperature, and it's got slightly less softness to it. So it's still relatively soft, but it's not soft as a cold water. It won't melt off your board as easily, and most importantly, it's just as sticky. Okay, ideally, during a heat wave like we've got at the moment here in the UK, 28 to 34 degrees or whatever it's going to be during this week when we've hopefully got some surf, you probably still want to use this over the top of my next subject, which is a base coat. So, base coats and tropical waxes. Really nice hard wax. Base coat or labelled tropical, it doesn't really matter which one you use. It's probably the same thing in a different packet, I want to say. Be surprised if I'm wrong. The most important thing with this is you can use it to build up texture. So texture on your board is your primary source of grip, and what you want to do is build up texture however you prefer to do it. I use concentric circles, old soldier, and I like to polish things, so I go around in circles. Where those circles cross, I build up texture. You can do crisscrosses and make your whole board look like a checkerboard. Looks really cool if you've got the time to do it. So you do that with your base coat. You then use cool water, or if you're really, really pro and really, really want a sticky board, maybe some cold water, and you just lightly skim that over the top of your bumps. And then when you come in for a rest, just reapply it, and you're not going to lose a whole board of soft, sticky wax melting off in the bright sunshine and 30 degrees weather that we've got at the moment. So we've got Mrs. Palmer's do tropical and specific base coat, sticky bumps, tropical, also do the green box base coat. And if you're using sex wax do not make a specific base coat, but they recommend these two, either the red label, get it around the right way, red label warm wax, or the blue label tropical wax. So these are both hard waxes and will do as a base coat in the UK. Okay, so one last thing you can do to help your wax job in the middle of a heat wave. One very, very simple thing to do. When you come in from a surf and you're going to go back out and you're just going to come in and grab an ice cream, pasty, say hello to your friends and family, whatever it is you're going to do one thing: turn your board over. Turn your wax job out of the sun. It's as simple as that. So one thing my first surf instructor in the Canary Islands taught me how to do all those years ago was he was fed up with buying wax every day because everybody used to leave the boards upright. Turn them over. Used to save him a fortune on surf wax, and it means that your wax job is not going to melt. And then hopefully that's a good piece of information for you if you're just starting out learning to surf, or you're a bit of an intermediate and you've just getting your first board. Yeah, and hopefully it'll stop me getting complaints from people that buy cold water surf wax in the middle of a British heat wave, and then start emailing me with moans that it is melted. Thank you very much for your time.